Imagine hitting the gas to pass someone on the highway, and instead of zooming forward, the engine falls flat, maybe misfires and goes into a low power mode. You plug in your scanner and see code P012B. This code sounds complicated, technically called Turbocharger or Supercharger Inlet Pressure Sensor Range Performance, but let's break it down into plain English. Your turbo or supercharger needs to know exactly how much air pressure is coming in to feed the engine correctly so it can mix the right amount of fuel. This specific sensor is usually located downstream of the throttle valve, meaning it is on the intake manifold side, closer to the engine. The code is telling you that the sensor is sending data that doesn't make sense to the computer. It is out of the expected range. Before you start worrying about replacing the turbo itself, start with the easiest and cheapest check, your air filter. Seriously, a clogged, dirty, or waterlogged air filter can restrict airflow enough to cause a pressure drop that triggers this code. If the filter is clean, we need to look at the sensor itself and the wiring. These wires often run near very hot engine parts, which can melt insulation or make them brittle and crack over time. If you drive a Ford F-150, specifically the 2013 model with the 3.5-liter EcoBoost, listen up. There's a known Technical Service Bulletin for this exact issue. The wiring harness tends to fail near the connector, and the fix is actually an updated sensor and a new connector pigtail that handles the heat better. That is why checking for TSBs is always your first move. It's like getting the cheat codes for your repair. If you don't have that specific truck, the process is still similar. Locate the sensor, unplug it, and look for green corrosion on the pins. If it looks clean, check your fuses. It sounds silly, but a blown fuse can kill power to the sensor circuit. If the fuse is good, you want to use a multimeter to check for power and ground at the connector. Usually you're looking for a 5-volt reference signal. If you have power and ground, but the code persists, the sensor itself is likely the culprit. Do not ignore this one, because driving with bad pressure data can mess up your fuel mixture, lower your gas mileage, and eventually clog up your catalytic converter or hurt the engine. Swap out the sensor, clear the codes, and you should get your boost back.